I'm Ben Greenfield, and it seems that these days low-carb diets are taking the world by storm. Everybody's realizing that these things help you to lose weight better and shed fat fast. They help you to avoid getting your cholesterol oxidized and enormous fluctuations in blood glucose and in your energy levels. They help a lot of people to even sleep better and have a better gut. Well, ultimately, there is one problem, and that is that athletes have a really hard time with a low-carb diet, because once you go low-carb and your blood glucose drops and you're used to burning sugars as a fuel and you haven't trained your body how to properly burn fats as a fuel, your performance goes down the tubes and you feel horrible. When I first started doing low-carb and I didn't know what I was doing and didn't do it right, I would do things like get to the point where I would want to lie down during tennis matches. In the middle of a triathlon once, I literally just laid down flat on my back because I couldn't go anymore. So there are some big issues with this for athletes, from power and speed all the way up through endurance. So that is why you gotta have some kind of a blueprint, some kind of a step-by-step strategy for making that transition into a low-carb diet, going through what I call fat adaptation. And that's where this low carbohydrate package that I've put together starts. It starts with fat adaptation, teaching you everything that you need to do to turn your body into a fat burning machine without feeling like crap. The next thing that the plan does for you is it teaches you how to do what's called maintenance phase, meaning you go into the phase that you're going to use during all of your training weeks of the year when you're actually working out in more intense or at a higher volume, and shows you everything that you're supposed to eat during those phases, using a combination of some supplements and what's called a cyclic ketogenic diet, and then just real food. The next thing that I've included in this package is what's called a race week or an event week plan, how you're going to eat leading up to your swim meet or your triathlon or your cycling event or your big tennis tournament or basketball tournament or whatever, because some things do need to change during race week or event week. And then finally there's a race day or an event day where I teach you exactly how you're supposed to fuel during the actual day or during the actual event. So I put all of that stuff together and packaged it so that you can see week by week what you're supposed to do. The other things that I've put into the low carb package are a book that is a book that I wrote called The Low Carbohydrate Diet for Triathletes. Now, this book was originally written for triathletes, but I've realized with as many folks who are doing a ton of different sports that have gotten their hands on this thing, it works for anybody. And I've got all my tips and techniques in there for not only explaining to your friends why you're on a low carb diet and what it means from a health and a performance standpoint, but also tons of extra recipes, extra meals, everything in there that you need to know to do this properly. And then the last thing that I give to you, and this is huge in this low carb package, is 24/7 access to me. There's a forum right there in the plan when you get this plan downloaded or delivered to your computer, and it allows you to go in there and ask me any questions that you want, not just one time, like whenever you want. So it's like you get a little coach in a package that comes along with your low carb package that you get. So you get all of this below. Now, all of this stuff is valued at $297. But from this webpage, you can get it right now for 97 bucks. You add it to your cart, and what you get is that full low-carb plan week by week, that step-by-step blueprint. You get the book, you get 24/7 access to me, and I also throw in a few little bonuses that I think you'll enjoy quite a bit. So I'm Ben Greenfield. Pick it up. Leave your comment below this video if you have any questions or anything I can help you out with or clarify. And thanks for watching.